Many people ask, what is population health? In my opinion, it's a combination of health systems and physicians and other providers taking responsibility for the best possible outcome. Genomics and the ability to rapidly sequence organisms, whether they are human beings, plants, or what have you. 10 years from now, genomics will change the planet more than the internet did. Watch. Discovery genomics is really one piece of a much larger ecosystem. We created this ecosystem under Excelera Health to really provide comprehensive healthcare that is really data and technology enabled, and wherever possible, eliminate excess cost.
The people of this company is very unique. It's a combination and a formula of international people, but the direction, the goal is the same. We are here to make Excelera successful.
By keeping key parts of the ecosystem under the umbrella, we're really able to control cost and really share data across the entire ecosystem to deliver the best possible care to the most vulnerable populations. That was the whole premise under which Discovery Genomics was created.
Discovery Genomics is a high-complexity CLIA-certified lab located in Irvine at the UCI Irvine Research Park. The lab was created as part of Excelera Healthcare's family of companies, which is a technology-enabled ecosystem of scalable healthcare products and services that uses advanced analytics, AI, and predictive modeling to reduce excess costs in healthcare.
My name is Amara Siva, and I'm Chief Operating Officer at Discovery Genomics. And we're putting together all pieces in the puzzle to make something really, really valuable, and that will be able to make a big impact on patient care. So the challenges for any startup lab is to validate the tests and to get the equipment in. But the harder part is to find the right people, and the right people who share the vision and are able to bring the right skill set for what we need.
My name is Holly Bernier. I'm the CFO for Golden State as well as the parent company. So obviously I'm very numbers and results driven given my role here, but I also see the human side and the operational side. Our revenue and our bottom line are dramatically impacted by the plan's star rating. And so we have chosen strategically to focus on our star measures. In order to move the star rating, it requires an investment in infrastructure and a commitment to the execution of the right strategy, and it must come from the top. The leadership, the senior leadership specifically, has to be leading the charge.
The vision here is to create a comprehensive plan for each patient and being able to manage each patient in a more personalized way. Whole genome sequencing is a technology that allows the entire coding part, uncoding part of a person's DNA, and we can track patterns within that DNA and compare them to other individuals. So we can sequence whole genomes of individuals, but we can put all that data together and analyze it as a population or many populations within the larger whole, or distill it down to individuals.
And then the COVID-19 pandemic hit.
News.
Cease all activities.
Federally mandated quarantine.
Coronavirus. Flattening the curve.
COVID-19.
State of emergency.
We knew that the dangers were real and the global impact would be substantial. We had a choice. We could either react or look at how we could adapt our capabilities in order to help and proactively anticipate to see how we could actually affect the trajectory.
When COVID became a real issue for the community, the decision was made to really help support the community and start COVID testing.
I am a chemical and biomolecular engineer. I went to Cornell University in upstate New York. Discovery took on COVID testing, and we did it in a way that I think represents our culture. We did it in a way that was focused on turnaround time and quality.
When COVID struck, our health plan was impacted, but rather than focusing on that, we immediately focused on building out a COVID testing facility in our genomics lab, which is turning out extraordinary results. 95% of them resulted on the same day. 100% of tests resulted within 24 hours, all with a very high degree of accuracy. We've built out a gold standard COVID testing facility in record time.
The difference between antibody testing, antigen testing, and PCR testing is that antibody and antigen testing are measuring proteins. And the difference between the PCR test is that it's looking at 3 different regions on the SARS-CoV-2 RNA. And with looking at those 3 regions plus an internal control, you're able to detect 10 copies of RNA per reaction input.
Some people might describe the COVID effort as opportunistic, but it really is simply another way to utilize what we already had in place with the pharmaceutical effort. It just so happened that we were able to identify that, for instance, favipiravir would be a drug that would benefit COVID patients and by extension our health plan members. And so because we had already thought through the pharmaceutical aspect of the business, we were able to quickly pivot to implement a favipiravir opportunity.
So what are we expecting today? I'm very excited and privileged to give an update on Excelera Pharma. Several months ago, we began the R&D initiative into an active pharmaceutical ingredient called favipiravir. This drug is really an RNA polymerase inhibitor that is meant for broad spectrum antiviral treatment. That means that it's not specific to a particular antigen. It actually treats influenza A, B, and a host of others.
Most compelling thing about Discovery Genomics as well as Excelera and all the other companies here is that there's a vision. There's a clear vision, and that's very rare to have that kind of mission and vision and being able to execute against it so effectively.
Discovery Genomics was never really designed to address the COVID pandemic. We realized that we had the capability, not only the machinery, but eventually the staff and the processes and the methodology to really impact the trajectory of the coronavirus pandemic. Our goal was really to provide precision medicine at scale to a larger population outside of clinical research.
My name is Jenny Probert. One of the many hats I wear here is the Epic Operations Director. We are fundamentally different from other places I've worked where in some organizations we're very siloed, and I don't like that fundamental approach because right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. I like to empower people to have as much knowledge as possible because knowledge truly is power. That's how we learn. We're very much a learning organization. It's just a commitment to what we're doing.
One of the reasons why I truly enjoy being part of Excelera Health is because Golden State as a health plan has come back to its roots, where it's physician-led and where we care about the well-being of the members first and foremost. And it's not just from a financial perspective, it's from a holistic care for the member, where we care about creating the best possible benefit package, reducing all the barriers to care, but also the health outcomes of the member.
I know I'm not the only one who's had his spirit rekindled by what we're trying to accomplish here, a new tech-enabled approach to healthcare. I'm also struck by the ability of this company to turn adversity into opportunity.
Just because people haven't done it doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. One of the things that we're committed to is finding ways to do the right thing, do it the right way. And that may be something that nobody's ever done before. And that just gives us even more gratification when we're able to do that and say, ha, now look what we can do. And we raise and elevate the bar for everybody.
With Excelera, delivering healthcare solutions on a daily basis, getting feedback from the people and the lives that we touch, there's no better feeling.
Every day, something crosses my desk, which I'm struck at a new opportunity to learn something more about what we're trying to create here. and that helps rekindle that spirit I talked about.
Our goal is really to provide a high-quality service, high integrity in terms of the testing, but really differentiated in that timeliness is the most important piece, which is a sustainable healthcare ecosystem.
You've seen a sea change in the technology that's implemented today, over the last 5 years. And whether we're talking about generalized or precision medicine, that wealth of data is going to fundamentally change the planet. You better do a good job of taking care of these patients.